Ricordi. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. Hey guys, welcome back to Sahara Movies. So I'm here with a film titled Ricordi. This one was recommended to me by a YouTuber called Patricia Abijah. You can check her out on YouTube. She does school vlogs, college vlogs, lifestyle, cooking, and other interesting stuff. Please check it out. Yeah, so if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe for more videos and more updates. I checked it out and it's a series of 6 episodes and it's worth learning something from. As usual, I'm always here to give you the summary of the story and the moral lessons I learned from it, so that maybe if you plan on watching, you can look out for these as well. So this film is about a rich man, a very wealthy man or a very wealthy guy getting married, and he happened to be the only son of his parents, and he's rich. Imagine you being the woman and you are getting married to a wealthy man who is let me say gentle. He's nice, he's perfect, he sends you flowers. You see him to be someone who can really take care of you in the future. Why do you hesitate in saying I do? There's no point in hesitating. So this film tells us how Soye and a man or her would-be husband met and came together and eventually had issues and perhaps couldn't get married. Everything was going on well until something came up. Yes, the film tells us how the reunion started. It's happened the film was made in such a way that they are able to blend few years ago and then present day, and it's something that when you are not careful, you might get lost along the way. You might consider it a boring film or boring series, but it's very interesting. Such films really impact on your your way of thinking, because it is able to help you understand what they are showing some years ago and then what they are showing in the present year, and for you to be able to connect such occurrences in the series. And I like movies like that also. Yes, like movies, they are bringing flashbacks, trying to tell you how the story started, trying to tell you the source of a relationship or something. You see, there are some movies that we know they are existing, but we don't really know anything about them. We don't know how their relationship came about. There are movies like that. They are cool. And there are others too. They try to blend some few years back to present day. And when you're not careful, you're going to be confused. So in this film, that a lady has found herself a wonderful man who is perfect. The lady had or has a best friend, and they communicate and all that. She has found a wonderful man who is rich, and they are about to get married. So their family invites her to, a dinner. You know, those rich people, when their children are getting married, they do something like dinner to make this, make a very important announcement, make a toast to why they are having the dinner. So at the dinner, that was when things revealed, very dangerous things came out. Apparently, the lady's would-be husband had a friend amongst them who wasn't, who I shouldn't call a friend. The film tells us that we can be rolling with people who will call to parties, who we invite and all that, but those are the people who will pull us down when we least expect. There's a saying that if an animal should bite you, the animal will be from your own cloth. It means if someone will bring you down, it's someone close to you. And yes, it happened in this series. The lady was approached by a gentleman called Malik, who downplayed her would-be husband and all that. You know, no matter how you think, when someone tells you about someone else, no matter how you pretend you don't care about it, you don't believe it, at least 1% of your brain believes it. And when the person who has been who they've told you about is behaving likewise, you'll be like, oh yeah, so it's true. So no matter how you decide to neglect what people say about other people, at least 1% of your brain sticks to that, or sticks to what you heard. Same happened in this movie, as Soye's would-be husband's friend spoiled her would-be husband to her badly, and eventually was flirting with her. Like, who does that? You have spoiled my would-be husband to me, I've taken it calmly, and now you are sending me flowers. You know, like, I don't see the point. At this stage, when you are not careful, you might lose track of what you really want, because you become confused, you become too flattered. It's like two men are wanting you at the same time, so you are now deciding who to choose. And that's a dangerous state of mind to be at, like, to be honest, because you think that, oh, this person, you're not careful, you start weighing the two, and you start doing comparison, which is not very necessary in relationships. In the meantime, Sawyer had a friend who also had a very bad past experience, and apparently it was the same man who, let me use their names, and apparently it was Malik, the man who decided to destroy Sawyer's marriage, was the same man who destroyed Sawyer's friend's relationship 6 years ago. I don't know how you get it, but I hope you are getting it. You should watch this series. I think I should go straight to the moral lesson. So this man, all he does is sabotage people's relationship just because of his own selfish interest, or because of his own selfish gain. In the first one, he spoiled of his friend. He spoiled it because his sister was interested in his friend, so he had to spoil his friend's relationship so that his sister could find a way with his friend. And 6 years later, he's still doing the same thing. So there are still people in our lives that it's better we get rid of them rather than expecting them to change. So that's one thing I learned about the movie. When you see that this person in your life is not helping, it's best to get rid of them. Honestly, it's best to get rid of them rather than hope that they'll change in the future. The change that you're expecting them to change might cost you your life in the future. So when there's someone in your life and the person is not doing any good, I think it's best to let them go rather than hoping that they will change. Yeah. I was thinking, what can break the relationship between Sawyer and her newfound love? Apparently, her newfound love was gay, or is gay. Sometimes things seem to be perfect from the outside. Things seem to be so perfect, flawless, like you have nothing wrong to say about it, until you delve deep, until coincidentally you find out something you were not expecting to, and that might break you seriously. So Sawyer was not expecting her would-be husband to be gay. Like, that was the least thing, because if you are gay, why do you take me to your family's house to introduce me to your parents? If you are gay, why do you let us plan a wedding? Like, it's like you don't want to follow what you love. And good for Sawyer, she was able to find out the truth at the 11th hour, which was able to influence her decision in marrying the man. Sometimes when you are not lucky, or in a phase of life when you are not so fortunate, you might go into the marriage before you realize the biggest mistake you've made, and it will be very difficult to throw back. But for Sawyer, she was fortunate enough to find out at the 11th hour, at a very important moment, that was able to help her. Though the wedding was organized, I don't know if there will be a season 2, but the wedding was organized and Sawyer couldn't say yes I do, even though her would-be husband said yes. Yeah, so that's basically what the film is about. It's not bad, it's not too hyper, it's not too down. I think it's just in the middle, and I really enjoyed it. There's one thing I like about this film is that the women, I mean Sawyer and her friend, they were able to show their natural beauty at a state that they needed to show, like waking up from bed, having a bad day. They were able to reveal their real self, and not every movie is able to do that. Some movies, they always put on makeup even when they are sleeping. Like how? Anyway, I'll end here for today. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. Till next time, bye.